Hello to everyone who's stopped to take time to look at this video. We appreciate you taking the time to keep up with us as we continue through our log home build here. This afternoon I wanted to start a series of videos to talk about a topic that I think is important, and that is, how can I build my own log home? I mentioned this in a video a while back that I was going to start this series, and I'm going to make it in different parts. I'll each week or every couple of days I'll try to do a video about a different part as it applies to building the log home. It's kind of an educational series for those who are curious, or educational for those who would just like to know what goes into building a log home. Or it may be beneficial to those who are interested in building a log home and with serious enthusiasm. Or maybe you might be already started your log home and you might pick up some ideas and it can be applied to your build. So anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm not an expert by any means about building a log home. I leave that for the experts. But the problem is, the only expert that you're going to get to talk to is most likely a salesman. And what they're going to tell you, you're going to go to the model log home to look at it. You're all excited about it. You got ideas and whatnot. And you go there and you talk to your salesman, and he's going to tell you just exactly what you want to hear. He's going to tell you, point out the good features of it. He's going to tell you how wonderful it is. And you're going to get so excited that you're going to say, well, where do I sign? But without giving forethought to a lot of things that need to be considered before you reach that point. And this is what this video is all about. I'm wanting you to think about some things before you get to the point that you say, I'm ready to sign. Now, once again, I said, I'm not an expert on this. But as the old cliche goes, this is not my first rodeo. We built a log home in 1980. Built it out pretty much ourselves, just like we're doing this one. And so it was a Southland log home. And with that experience, and the fact that the guy that lived in it didn't want to sell, so we decided to do it again. So had I not built one in 1980, I would probably have been very reluctant to undertake this build at this age. I'm 69 years old, soon to be 70, and I'm doing a lot of the work myself. And that's part of will be part of the video when we talk about the fact, can I build a log home? You know, your health is something to be taken into consideration. But I want to talk about some things such as, can I legally build my own log home? That's important. You got to know that from the very get-go if you're thinking about building a log home yourself. Because if you can't legally do it, then your only option is go through a contractor. Other topics I'd like to talk about will be parts that we'll add in later on will be, do I have enough knowledge to build a log home? Do I have the time and patience to build a log home? Do I have the support that's needed to build a log home? Do I have the tools that's needed to build a log home? Those are the types of things that you need to take into consideration before you just run up to a log home dealer and sign a contract saying, I'm ready to go, when can you deliver it? The first log home we built was in 1980. We were in our late 20s, early 30s. It was, in consideration, in comparison to this one, it was probably about a third to a half this size. So when it rolled into the yard, it came in on one tractor trailer truck. When this house came in, They brought it in on 6 trailers, 6 tractor trailer loads. And so there's a lot more in this house than was in the other one. But yet take into consideration this. The log home kit that was provided then is not near the size of the kit that was provided with this home. And what I mean by that is they didn't provide the floor system then, and they do now. They provide all the rim joist, floor joist, sub plywood, subflooring. All this comes with the kit. They didn't supply the stud walls for the framework. And all the walls come with the kit. They didn't supply any of the ceilings inside or outside like what we have there. That was not part of the kit at that time. They only supplied the rafters, and that was it. I had to purchase the plywood sheeting on the roof. I had to purchase the shingles. All that now comes with the kit, but it comes with the price. And when you're discussing a kit with a dealer, you need to find out, important to find out, the quality of the materials that you're going to be getting. For instance, I'm very dissatisfied with these stud walls. The framework for these walls it's okay, and it will be covered up and won't be seen, but they're not first quality studs. The framework, in fact, where I came from years ago as a child on a lumber yard, this stuff would have been considered coal, but now it's sold as quality lumber. And had I known it, I could have requested that, well, you just leave that out of the kit and I'll supply that myself, which I could have done, and went out and purchased the kinds of materials that I wanted. The subflooring was not quite the quality that I would have liked to have had, and if I had realized at the time, I would have said, just deduct that from the kit and I'll purchase my own subfloor. So those are things that you need to find out when you make your decision. Can I leave something out? Can I add something in? Can I change my windows? Can I change my doors? Do you have something other that I can pick from? If not, can we deduct that and let me go to Lowe's or Home Depot or my nearest hardware store and make my own purchases? Once again, these are the kind of things you need to keep in mind. But I'm going to cover a lot more of things such as that as we continue on through this series. Once again, I'm not an expert, but I am a person that has built one log home and is in the middle of building a second log home. And so I've learned a lot of things, but you can see that I didn't learn enough, or I would have asked some more questions. If you have any questions that you'd like for me to address in this series, put them in the comments below. I'll be more than glad to talk about it. I'll tell you what I know, what I've learned, and if it's something I don't know, then I'll tell you that too. But whatever I've learned, whatever experience I've gained, you're welcome to all of it. And it may help you in the future if you're planning on building a log home, if you're building one currently, or if you just want to be educated about what goes on in a log house. We'll talk about the wiring. Some people have asked the question, how do you wire that? How do you get your wires through the logs to put your light switches beside the door, such as that right there? And we'll talk about how that's done. We'll talk about how the receptacles are ran around the baseboard and how that's done, how I did it versus what Southland recommended. So if you have questions or comments that you'd like to have addressed, please put them in the comment section below and we'll talk about them either during that particular part of the series, or we'll start a new part and to just address your question. Once again, this is a series about how can I build my own log home? And if you would, we'd like for you to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with us. Touch the notification bell so you'll know when the next part comes out. And share it, like it. We sure would appreciate it. Little channel trying to get started. All right, there we go. So have a good day. Appreciate your time. Look forward for the next video.